He came, it was like, Suge's outside, Suge's outside. Everybody like, shit. It was running, dropping shit. Like, man, everybody going out. I'm in front of the camera like this. Everybody like, running. It was just gone.
Like, we had to move like the military, you know what I'm saying? Bulletproof vests, bulletproof cars.
What's good, Rizzle fam? You already know Suge Knight has been a straight menace ever since he stepped into the music game. Back in the day, everybody understood one thing. His name meant trouble, no matter who you were or where you came from. And speaking of trouble, the time Suge Knight tried to intimidate 50 Cent completely blew up in his face. Even after all these years, Fifth still hasn't forgotten, and he's made it very clear Suge better never try crossing him again, because things could get ugly real quick. See, 50 and Suge didn't just run into each other once. They had multiple run-ins. But their encounters were nothing like the usual Suge Knight scary stories you hear. And that's exactly why their history is so interesting. Both of these dudes are the type you don't want problems with. So let's break down exactly what pushed these two to come at each other the way they did. Suge Knight is easily one of the most infamous names in West Coast rap. He helped push some of hip-hop's biggest legends, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Tupac. As the CEO and co-founder of Death Row Records, he helped build one of the first labels to bring gangsta rap to the mainstream. Death Row gave us classics like Dr. Dre's The Chronic, Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style, and Tupac's All Eyes on Me. But even though Suge played a major role in shaping the genre, most of the attention he ended up getting wasn't because of his business moves. A lot of people would say the reason he stayed famous was because of how controversial and violent he was. In simple words, he was known as a cold-blooded dude who solved problems with force instead of words. His name was always in the headlines: fights, threats, drama, you name it. Suge's temper and massive ego kept him in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. He spent years going in and out of prison and has been connected to several murders. From assault to robbery to manslaughter, Suge was charged with all kinds of serious crimes. This is definitely not the kind of man you want coming after you. A lot of people even link him to the deaths of two of the biggest legends ever, Tupac and Biggie. Suge was behind the wheel the night Tupac was shot, and many believe he had something to do with Biggie's fate too. Calling him disliked in the rap world would be an understatement. Plenty of people straight up hated him. To most rappers, Suge was just a bully with a massive ego who used fear and violence to get whatever he wanted.
No, it did not.
It never happened?
Never happened.
You didn't take him out to the balcony?
How that sound?
It sounds like what occurs in other police reports involving you. Again and again, there's a pattern, Mr. Knight, where you do that.
Suge Knight had a long history of intimidating people just to make them fall in line with whatever he wanted. One time, he allegedly sent his crew to wreck Vanilla Ice's hotel room and even threatened to throw him off a balcony because he felt he wasn't getting a share of Vanilla's earnings. Another time, Suge supposedly threatened Eazy-E by saying he'd harm his family if he didn't release Dr. Dre and DOC from their Ruthless Records contracts. And these are just a couple examples. Suge's career is filled with situations just like this. Just look at what people still say about him. This guy's been a monster from day one. Chaos follows him, and he actually likes it. Some people are just evil. No need for excuses. His greed and ego ruined him and everything he built. And if you're wondering where Suge Knight is today, well, no shocker. He's behind bars. He's serving a 28-year sentence after running over a man named Terry Carter, killing him on the spot. He was also charged with the attempted murder of CLE Sloan, aka Bone, who was badly injured during the incident. But despite all the fear Suge caused and all the people he bullied, there was one man he could never scare. One guy who didn't fold under pressure, no matter how serious things got. That man was 50 Cent. 50 has never been someone you can push around. Everybody knows he has survived death more than once. He famously took 9 bullets, legs, hands, arms, face, chest, everything. As he once said, you don't go back to being the same person after something like that. The wounds heal, but you never forget the pain. That's exactly why 50 didn't even blink when Suge Knight pulled up during the Into Club video shoot. He stayed calm like nothing was happening. Yep, Suge Knight once rolled up on 50 Cent while he was filming one of his biggest songs, and he did not get the reaction he expected. The story was shared by D, 12-member Bizarre, who was actually there when the whole moment went down. According to him, before 50 got signed to Shady Records, the crew didn't really have to move any differently. But once 50 became part of Shady, everything changed. Security became serious. The entire squad had to stay armed and alert at all times. They were superstars now, and with fame came enemies, and Suge Knight was one of the biggest threats around. Here's what Bizarre said in an interview when talking about how life changed for their crew after 50 joined the Shady camp.
Shit definitely changed, you know what I'm saying? Like how we was moving, you know what I'm saying? Like we was in some shit. Like we had to move like the military, you know what I'm saying? Bulletproof vests, bulletproof cars, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we didn't really have to worry about that before him.
A perfect example of just how dangerous things were back then was the time Suge Knight showed up with around 30 Mexican dudes, and the whole place instantly panicked. People took off running without even thinking twice. That's the kind of chaos the crew had to live with on a regular basis, always expecting something to pop off at any moment. Bizarre talked about all of this.
In the club video, shit, somebody said, Suge Knight here. And 50 I was at the bar, Gang was there, he was shooting in the club scene, and he stopped, and Suge came in with 30 Mexicans, like you said. There you go. Which is weird, you know what I'm saying?
He always wrong with the Mexicans.
You know what I'm saying? And I just remember Smurf and 50 was like, what's up, man? What you want to do?
It was clear as day that 50 wasn't scared of anybody, not even the so-called big bad Suge Knight. When 50 asked Suge what he wanted and why he pulled up, Suge didn't say much. He just lifted his hand and signaled for everyone around him to clear out of the area.
It's funny because he showed up in the club video. He came, it was like, Suge's outside! Suge's outside! Everybody like, Suge. He was running, dropping shit. Like, man, everybody going, I'm in front of the camera like this. Everybody like, whoa! Running. It was just gone.
50 Cent himself has talked about that moment. In an old MTV interview, he was asked directly about the incident, and both he and the whole G-Unit crew who were there broke it down. After hearing their side, everybody agreed on one thing. 50 was ice cold that day. One fan even commented, "This just proves there's always someone tougher out there," and Suge finally met his match. 50 was the last real one, for real. He and G-Unit held New York down for a long time. Intimidation had always been Suge's game, so he probably pulled up just to remind 50 that he was keeping an eye on him. At the time, Suge wasn't sure if Dr. Dre had sent 50 after him or if 50 was somehow involved in a plot against him. Even though 50 never tried to take Suge's life, there was a moment when things almost turned into a full-on shootout between the two. Russell Simmons, co-founder of the legendary Def Jam Records, once spoke about this and praised 50's insane level of courage. He said 50 could literally laugh in the face of danger. Simmons even called him enlightened, because after surviving his near-death experience, fear just wasn't part of who 50 was anymore. According to Simmons, Suge pulled up on 50 with a squad of dudes, and they were all armed. Instead of panicking, 50 stayed calm, walked over to his own car, and grabbed an Uzi, just in case things went left. After seeing that, Suge and his crew decided to back off and leave. 50 then calmly told everyone that they wouldn't be coming back anytime soon, and he was right. From that point on, Suge Knight understood that 50 Cent was built different.
What 50 do? What 50 do? He ain't no pressure, no sweat. That nigga 50 told, and that's funny shit. He told James Cruz, go to the store and buy 16 knives. Cause if I got 16 niggas with knives, that's as damn near as worse as having guns.
50's longtime friend and music partner Tony Yayo also shared stories about how real things got. Right before the Vibe Awards in 2004, 50 told their co-manager James Cruz to head out and buy every G-Unit member a knife, just in case things went left. The tension that night was crazy. Rappers with old, unresolved beef were seated way too close to each other. And on top of that, Suge Knight showed up even though he wasn't invited. And sure enough, things did go bad at the 2004 Vibe Awards. A fight broke out after someone punched Dr. Dre in the head just moments before he was supposed to receive his award. Young Buck, who was part of the G-Unit camp, stabbed the guy who attacked Dre. He even caught a charge for it, But he didn't end up doing time because there wasn't enough evidence to lock him up. At the end of the day, 50 Cent is just built different. And Suge Knight eventually realized that crossing 50 wasn't worth the trouble. But what do you think about 50 Cent and his wild encounters with Suge Knight? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And as always, keep it Rizzle.